And now the starters for the home team, Canyon View Falcons, Nolan Anderson.
Yeah, the Canyon View Falcons head coach Jason Jacobson. They're going to be leading off in center field, number 5, Bubba Ludlow. Batting second, the shortstop, wearing number 1, Asher Slack. Batting third, at third base, number 18. No, I got that wrong.
Pitching, yeah.
Yeah, pitching, Brady Anderson. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 6, Jaron Bradshaw. Batting fifth in left field, number 10, Price Atwood. Batting sixth at first base, number 11, Zach Main. Batting seventh at second base, number 4, Chandler McClellan. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 12, Jake Thomas. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 7, Cannon Williams.
First pitch has been thrown from Brady Anderson to Trevin Park as he misses low and in for ball 1. And as we go through this first at-bat here, Trevin Park again stands on the right side. What do we know about these two players, pitcher batter, Willie?
Well, 2.53 ERA for Brady Anderson.
Strike one down the middle there.
Yep. In 52 and 2/3 innings, 69 base on balls, 26 strikeouts. Trevin Park.
Opposite of that, right?
Yep.
69 strikeouts, 26 base on balls.
Yeah, you know what I meant. 359 average, a home run, and 8 runs driven in for Trevin Park.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Anderson. Off speed, stays up for ball 2. Nolan, your thoughts what Coach Park had to say coming into this game?
Over and over, the thing that stuck out to my mind is he wanted 1 through 9 to have great at-bats, and it's not always the resulting in a hit, he said, but they've got to have better at-bats. I think he recognized that's what Canyon View had, and that made a difference for Canyon View. He wants to see that 1 through 9, all of his batters having really good at-bats.
Called strike 2 there, makes it a 2-2 count now for Trevin Park. Anderson, one that prefers to work just straight out of the stretch, doesn't go to the windup. Here's the 2-2 delivery now to Juab's leadoff batter. Check swing, did not go around in a ball in the dirt. They will appeal to first, and he says he did go around, says the first base umpire. So Park will go down swinging for the first out of the inning, first strikeout of the game for Brady Anderson. Willie, any other thoughts on what Coach Park had to say?
Well, I like he's going to have to match Canyon View's intensity, and then the big one we always talk about, take the outs they're given. That just goes back to the errors.
So Austin Park stands in on the right side now for Juab. Anderson comes set out of the stretch. First pitch to Park. Swung on. Chopper to the left side. Fielded by Slack at short. Throw to first is in time. A little bit offline, but Zach Main with the stretch for out number 2 on the 6-3 ground out.
That ball almost squirted out of his glove there, shortstop too. You've seen it start to snow cone a little bit, but he able to gather it, and then a really nice play there at the first base with the stretch.
First base umpire going to come together, see if maybe they've pulled the foot or.
They've told Austin Park. Juab has told Austin to stay at first base.
Yeah, we got a replay here. See what happens.
Kind of airmailed the throw a little bit, did Slack.
Foot comes up. Off. He did.
They're going to call him out, but on the replay you could see his foot come off, yeah.
Yep.
Good replay there.
Foot was definitely off, so.
But it's an out.
Yep.
2 outs.
They don't use replay here, so.
They didn't ask Adam what
challenge.
Got to go with the 3-man replay. 3-man replay.
So that'll bring Connor Cowan to the plate now with 2 outs and nobody on base here for Juab. Top of the first. Brady Anderson trying to go 3 up, 3 down for Canyon View.
Connor came into the game 409, 6 home runs, 37 runs driven in.
First pitch misses up for ball 1. Canyon View went 3 up, 3 down, only in the field once. That was in the 10th inning last night. That was the only time they got Juab to go down in order. Anderson trying to make it back-to-back innings. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Cowan.
That pitch was on the outside part of the plate. Cowan just kind of swung through that pitch a little bit out in front. Needed to stay back and drive it the other way.
Here's the 1-1 delivery.
Yep.
Fouls that one off low and in for strike 2 and a 1-2 count. An swing from Cowan.
Yep, couldn't hold up. Recognized that curveball too late. Good curveball, too, down there, down and in.
Anderson again sets. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Cowan will go down swinging for the third out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game for Brady Anderson as he sits down. Juab in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 1/2 inning of play. Juab 0, Canyon View 0 in Game 2 of the best of 3 3A State Championship Series on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports. Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
This is more than just a job. It's a culture, and it's how we do things here. Since 1932, our values of teamwork, accountability, and quality have driven us. There's nothing more precious than human life, and we all honor that responsibility. We are standing ready for when you need us, to serve you with our hearts, our minds, and our experience. And most of all, human connections.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
We're back here at Utah Valley University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Willie Akers and Nolan Anderson at UCCU Ballpark here for Game 2 of the Best of 3 3A State Championship Series between number 1 Canyon View and number 2 Juab, as Canyon View won Game 1 last night in 10 innings and 9-6 over the Juab Wasps. And now have a good start here to this one after setting down Juab in order 1-2-3 in the top half of the inning. Now the Falcons will bring the 1-2-3 batters to the plate this inning. Trenton Bubba Ludlow, followed by Asher Slack and Brady Anderson. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Jaron Bradshaw. Connor Cowan on the mound for Juab. First pitch misses away, ball 1.
Bubba Ludlow, 484 coming in, 3 home runs, 34 runs driven in.
1-0 pitch, slow ground ball back of the middle, fielded by Cowan on the mound. Throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning on the 1-3 ground out.
Yep. Connor comes in with a 1.48 ERA and 47 in the third innings of work, 71 strikeouts, 25 base on balls.
So it'll bring Asher Slack to the plate now for Canyon View as both teams bring out hard-throwing lefties.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a lefty duel right here, and Coach Park's got to like that, getting the first out.
On the outside edge of that off-speed pitch from Cowan to Asher Slack for strike 1.
Asher, a 392 hitter coming in, 32 runs driven in.
Cowan out of the windup, 0-1 pitch, misses low for ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Juab and Canyon View. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, ground ball to the left side, off the glove of Morostica, picked up by Park. Throw to first is in time. What a play. Yeah. The old 5-6-3 put out. Strong throw from Park.
Yep. Deep in the hole right there. Like I said, that ball was hit to that 5-6 hole, and Morostica going towards the shortstop. Sticks out the glove, reaching as far as he can, but it ricochets right to Park, who is backing it up, and a nice strong throw to get the out.
So not a lot of guys in the state that can match that arm right there.
No. Called strike 1 now to Brady Anderson with 2 outs and nobody on for Canyon View.
Brady, a 348 hitter coming in, 2 home runs, 43 runs driven in.
Fly ball down the left field line. Coombs moving over as that one tells foul into the bullpen for strike 2.
Yeah, really good effort, but both these two left-handed pitchers have got to be feeling good about the way they've started this game.
So an 0-2 count to Anderson as he stands back in on the left side with 2 outs and nobody on. Cowan working out of the windup. The 0-2 pitch. Off the plate outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tried to get that tailing fastball to walk back over the corner. Just missed.
Defense playing Anderson for the most part straight up, but Richards is playing over in the 3-4 hole. 1 hopper to Park, tries to backhand it off his glove, picks it up, and has no play, and reaching base safely is Brady Anderson for Canyon View.
Yeah, that Dutton just got there in a hurry. See how they
scored that hit. Yep, they scored an infield single.
We've got number 34 running. That's Ryder Miller.
Should be Jeter Sanders.
Okay, we got 234s.
Yeah,
Jeter Sanders. There you
yep.
go.
So Jeter Sanders out there on first base now for Canyon View. In on the right side is Jaron Bradshaw.
3 stolen bases on the season for Jeter.
Flies one into center field. Trevin Park moving back to his left and will make the play for out number 3. So an F8 for Bradshaw for the third out of the inning. Canyon View gets a runner on, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors committed by Juab, and 1 runner left on base through 1 inning of play in Game 2 of the 3A State Championship Series. It is Juab 0, Canyon View 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Barrett's Food Town has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Food Town. Barrett's Food Town supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Food Town in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Every morning when I walk in the door, I'm still at an awe. The quality of beef that we're harvesting here at Bar W, in my 40 years of experience, I have never seen beef after beef after beef of the extreme quality. Every single one of them that are coming through are top shelf.
At Manti Family Dental, we're not just fixing teeth, we're crafting smiles with a hometown touch. Our comprehensive care from crowns to Invisalign allows us to treat the young and the young at heart. Manti Family Dental is veteran-owned and backed by Dr. Carlisle's 13 years of expertise and a heart for Manti's community.
I'm Dr. Carlisle. My wife and I chose to raise our family where roots run deep. Here, every patient is treated like a neighbor. Whether it's IV sedation to remove your wisdom teeth or getting an implant to replace a missing tooth, we ensure your dental health is in caring hands.
So give us a call to schedule a visit and discover the difference at Manti Family Dental.
To the top of the second inning we go here. No score between Juab and Canyon View in this state championship Game 2 of the 3-game series. And Juab brings the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate. Luke Marostica, followed by Kai Hansen and Maddox Stoll. If they get to the 4th batter, that will be Jimmy Larson. Brady Anderson on the mound for Canyon View as Marostica fouls off the first pitch for strike 1.
Luke comes in with a .326 average, 4 home runs, 19 runs driven in.
There's the 0-1 delivery from Anderson. He's going to stay inside on the late break for ball 1.
One thing Coach Park mentioned, too, as far as having good at-bats 1 through 9, was being aggressive on their pitches, not swinging at the pitcher's pitches, but getting their pitches and being aggressive when they get those pitches.
1-1 pitch, swung on, line drive into right field is down for a base hit as Marostica lifts it over McClellan, who's playing deep in at second base, and lands it in front of Cannon Williams for the first hit of the game for Juab.
Well, that was part of the mystery of the ball game. There won't be a no-hitter today.
That's right. We noticed, we talked yesterday about third baseman a little bit, and this morning Bradshaw has been playing in at third base. We had some. I think when Zach Main was there, he was playing a little bit deeper and over into the 5-6 hole. But Bradshaw's playing more line and playing in on the grass today. First pitch now to Hansen. On the outside edge, strike 1.
Luke Marostica has 10 stolen bases on the season.
Be interesting, too, with the 2 lefties. You're probably not going to see a lot of stolen bases. Lefties have really good moves to first base.
The 0-1 pitch in the dirt outside, 4 ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and Anderson shortened everything up when he's in the stretch there. Good slide step. Yeah, as a base runner, you've got to make sure before you take off that he ain't coming your way. You don't want to look silly.
Marostica, short lead, 2 steps. A step and a half maybe is all. There's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled to the right side. Out of play for strike 2 to Hansen and a 1-2 count. That one came right back into the seats and got a few people in the crowd.
Yeah. I think it was Dizzy Dean once said, yeah, left-handers got one of them break your ankle moves to first base.
Little bigger lead now for Marostica. Here's the 1-2 to Hansen. Swung on, fly ball into right field, tailing away. Williams isn't going to get there. And Rostica looking for third. Williams comes up throwing. The throw is cut off and will not be made to third. And it's a single for Kai Hansen. Runners on the corners for Juab.
Back-to-back hits. Runners first and third.
They'll bring Jack Peterson out to run for Hansen, the courtesy runner. Hansen's pumped, though, as he heads back to the dugout.
Yeah, it was a big hit and really good base running from Rostic as he goes first to third right there. Cannon Williams come up with a cannon.
Yeah.
But it was Slack cutting that ball off. It might have been a one-hop, could have been a bang-bang play, but good base running from Rostica.
Brings Maddox Stoll to the plate now for Juab. He had a couple of big hits yesterday for the Wasps. Throw to first, not in time as Peterson dives back safely.
Yeah, and we'll see if that's the move that Brady Anderson uses or if he mixes it up. A lot of times you like to show him that not your best move the first couple of times over there and then try to get him leaning one way or the other and then go with your best move.
First pitch to Stoll. Misses outside for ball one.
Yeah, you see Anderson's kind of hang up there, that lead foot. Kind of frees the base runner there.
That was a big hit, I think, for Kai Hansen. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, so to get him going, he's a key spot in this Juab order, hitting out of the 5 spot.
Jack Peterson has 11 stolen bases on the season.
Swing and a miss there for Stoll for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, and you talk about really good at-bats. Coach Park mentioned it. He's got 2 right here, but Maddox Stoll had some great at-bats yesterday.
Yeah. Runners on the corners, no outs. Anderson will look at first. He throws to first as Peterson takes off, and they don't get the throw off to second, so Peterson will steal second base on the play. Runners at second and third.
Interesting that Maine didn't throw it there to the shortstop Slack and at least try to get the out. I know they were worried about the runner, but
Rostic barely moved.
Yeah, he wasn't off the bag, and it's early on. You take the out right there.
Slack's got his hands out wondering what's going on there. Maine just ignoring him.
So 2 runners in scoring position now for Juab off the stolen base. Maddox stolen on the right side. The 1-1 count. Next pitch is swung on and fouled to the right side out of play for strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, you already see the difference in the approach on that second pitch, the second swing as to his first swing. You know, great big swing in the first one, you know, trying to get maybe the big hit. That time he just hit, swung to contact there, swung to where it was pitched.
Runners take their lead. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Misses inside for ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stoll's one that seems to do a pretty good job of fouling off those outside pitches and waiting for one to get left across the plate that he can pull.
He does, too, and, that's why he's so good right now is he can hit to all fields.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball, that drops in for a called strike 3, and Stoll will go down looking for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Brady Anderson.
That's
good-looking curveball.
I was just going to say that's one thing, too. These hitters, both teams are going to have to realize different home plate umpire. It's the same crew. They've rotated them around, but that may have been a ball yesterday, not today. The zone's changed.
Brings Jimmy Larson to the plate now for Juab as he stands it on the right side.
Jimmy, a 272 hitter coming in. 14 RBIs.
First pitch misses up and away, ball 1.
Nice job of Jake Thomas going up high to get that one, keep it from getting to the backstop.
Larson steps back in. Smorostica at third. Peterson at second for Juab. 1 out. No score here in the top of the second. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Larson. It was an interesting swing. It's like he slowed up as he was going through.
Yeah, kind of pulled off that, let go of the bat with the top hand. Yeah.
Playing him straight away, too.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Well, this is the situations that Coach Park was talking about when you interviewed him, Robert, is they've got to have good at-bats 1 through 9. They wanted a better at-bat from Stoll. He goes down looking. Right now, Larson down in the count 1 and 2.
Again, 2 runners in scoring position here for Juab. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will miss up and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Thomas was set up out there. Wanted that ball down a little bit more, but trying to get into chase.
And you got to put the ball in play and you get runners in scoring position, especially a runner at third. For the most part, you just put the ball in play, you can get that runner in.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, ground ball through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Morostica comes in to score, and Peterson gets a late stop sign at third, but Juab strikes first on the RBI single from Jimmy Larson.
Oh, that's the key hit, right? He got 2 strikes. He swung through 2 pitches, didn't look real good on those swings, shortened up, really kept his head down. Finished on down with the head down the back shoulder right there. Nice piece of hitting and gets it through that 5-6 hole. And I think that was the right move. Coach Ledlow holding him up right there. Still only 1 out. First and third puts pressure on the defense.
All 3 arms in Canyon View's outfield can throw.
And he fielded it clean and got it in quickly.
So it'll bring Cohen Mattins into the plate. He stands in on the right side. Runners will take their lead. Not much of a lead for either of them. First pitch to Mattinson. This is high and away, ball 1.
Jimmy Larson, 7 stolen bases on the season.
One out here in the top of the second, 1-0 Juab. 1-0 from Anderson. And this is away for ball 2, and a 2-0 hitters count now to Mattinson.
Cone Mattinson, a .220 hitter coming in. 3 runs driven in thus far on the season.
They're bringing Ludlow in. All the outfielders are coming in right now for Canyon View. Next pitch, that one's on the outside edge for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, no lead at all either out of Larson there at first base. So even if you're not going, you like to get a good secondary, but even get a good lead where you can take 1 step, dive back hard, but keep that pressure on Anderson, making him think about you over there.
Interesting how they're pulling those outfielders in and taking off as Larson. No throw down to second. They'll just give up second base. Ball missed high for ball 3.
Well, and he had a late jump. If that's a play that, like you said, they didn't even try to deke the runner at third by having anybody come in. They just, no fake throw, nothing. Just let him have the bag.
So 2 in scoring position now for Mattinson as he's back in on the right side of the 3-1 hitters count. Pitch from Anderson. Swung on, popped to the right side. Looks like it'll stay in play. Zach Main coming over, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So a P3 for Mattinson, pop up to the first baseman for the second out of the inning. Big out there for Anderson.
Yeah, it really was. Mattinson wanting to get something out of the infield right there to get that runner in from third base, but can't do it. Now it's going to come down to Trayson Coombs here to have that quality at-bat, that key clutch hit.
And Coombs normally is the one that's getting DH'd for. Today he's in the lineup.
179 hitter coming in.
First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Hey, had a good aggressive swing right there on first pitch.
And that's okay on first pitch, Get a little deeper in the count, shorten up, and just try to put the ball in the hole somewhere.
1 pitch is fouled to the right side, out of play for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now to Trayson Coombs.
This is where Canyon View was really good yesterday. They get down in these situations, and they came up with that hit to get those runners in. Coach Park would like to see Coombs do the same thing.
2 outs and 2 on. The 0-2 from Anderson. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Coombs will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning and the 4th strikeout of the game for Brady Anderson. But Juab strikes first as they get 1 run on 3 hits. No errors committed by Canyon View, and 2 runners left on base through 1.5 innings of play in Game 2 of this state championship series. It is Juab 1, Canyon View 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Homes aren't one size fits all, so why should your home insurance be any different? Farmers Home Insurance Packages offer coverage options you can tailor to fit you. Discover straightforward home coverage options and more by calling Farmers Agent Dan and Gabe Cranny at 435-896-5453. That's Dan and Gabe Cranny at 435-896-5453.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state. From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back here to UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Willie Akers and Nolan Anderson here. Game 2 of this best-of-3 state championship series as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Juab leading Kenyonview 1-0. And Kenyonview will bring to the plate the 5, 6, and 7 batters. Bryce Atwood, Zach Main, and Chandler McClellan. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Jake Thomas. And Connor Cowan on the mound, and Bryce Atwood watched one ball go by, then drives one into center field for a leadoff single for the Falcons.
That's kind of his signature. That's what he did on the triple there last night. One pitch and bang. Went with it.
Yeah, he's got a good swing too and does a really nice job. He's the leading hitter for this Kenyonview team, and he came up clutch last night, and it gets a leadoff single to get his team going right now.
Yep, 12 stolen bases on the season as well.
So it's the 5, 6, 7 batters this inning for Kenyonview, as Atwood's followed by Zach Main, then Chandler McClellan. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Jake Thomas. And
Zach Main, a .318 hitter. 5 home runs to lead the team, 26 RBIs.
1-0 pitch on the outside edge for a called strike one.
Good spot. Zach Main looks pretty much like he likes to pull the baseball.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Jacobson decides to give him the bunt and see if they move that runner over, but they're going to let him swing.
Ground ball to the right side. Richards bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, and he pulls Stoll off the bag, so an error on Juab.
Ball got there to him in a hurry. He dropped it, but seemed to recover okay, but pulled Stoll there at first base with the throw.
Yeah, and that was just Coach Jacobson, instead of just going with the bunt right there, wanted to get the runner started with the left-handed pitcher, goes with the old-fashioned hit and run right there, and everybody's safe.
Brings Chandler McClellan to the plate now for Kenyonview with 2 on and no out here in the bottom of the second. He'll square to bunt. Drops it fouled on the first base side for strike one.
Chandler came in hitting .274. Got 2 home runs, 24 runs driven in.
And you could see right there, and they'll probably stay with the bunt right here, but he's trying to bunt that ball down the first baseline. So Stoll's going to have to come in. Cowan filled his position as well.
McClellan squares the bunt again, watches ball one go by high and away for a 1-1 count.
We have seen him pull back the bunt and swing away. Did that yesterday.
1-1 pitch. Drops it in the first base side, picked up by Cowan. He'll just go to first as Richards covers it for the out. But McClellan does his job, moves 2 runners into scoring position for Kenyonview with now 1 out on the sacrifice bunt.
Got good execution.
I don't know if they just started their bunt defense early or if they had that timing play on. They just didn't see it at second base.
Yeah, I think Cowan missed it. I think that the call was on to throw to second.
It definitely was, and that's where if McClellan was going to slash right there, he squares early, pulls it back, hits something on the ground, he would have people totally out of position.
Jake Thomas at the plate now. First pitch swinging. He'll foul it off to the right side for strike one.
Well, we've seen Brady Anderson get a big strikeout once he got runners at first and second, and then even second and third. Right here, we'll see what Cowan can do. He definitely would like to get a plate out.
The 0-1 misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 on here for Kenyonview. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, bloop to the right side. That's going to drop in for a base hit in right center field. 2 runs will come in to score as Zach Main rounds third and slides home. It's a 2-run single for Jake Thomas, and Kenyonview takes the 2-1 lead here in the second.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. Just ball up on the outside portion. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just put the bat on it.
Phelps Sanders will come in to run for Thomas. Brings Cannon Williams to the plate now for Kenyonview.
Cannon Williams, a 247 hitter coming in.
He stands in on the right side. First pitch. Misses up for ball one.
That's so far kind of been the all game yesterday and again today. Juab not getting that clutch hit when they really need it. Canyon View coming up with their clutch hit.
Well, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but it started with an error.
Yep. Again, the error isn't leading to the runs, but it's giving Canyon View the opportunity, and they're taking advantage of it.
Extra out, a little momentum, a little emotion there.
2-0 pitch. Misses low for ball three, so a 3-0 count to Cannon Williams heading out of the 9 spot for Canyon View. Here's the 3-0. On the outside edge for a called strike one from Cowan.
Yeah, and Cowan, Coach Park wants to see him challenge all the hitters, throw strikes. You definitely don't want to walk the number 9 batter.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Swung on and fouled down the right field line out of play for strike two. And now a full count to Williams.
Good swing there from Cannon Williams. That ball on the outside portion. Didn't try to pull it, just tried to go with it. Got Larson guarding the line out there.
Counts full.
Right field.
Sanders takes a lead. The payoff pitch in the dirt for ball 4. And that puts 2 on again for Canyon View with 1 out in the top of the order coming to the plate.
Yeah, Bubba Ludlow, he was tough out yesterday so far. Ground out to pitcher, but 1 out.
So in on the right side will be Ludlow after Hansen goes and has a visit on the mound with Cowan. Runners take their lead. It's Phelps Sanders at second, Williams at first. Misses up to Ludlow for ball 1. Defense playing pretty well straight up. They have shifted a little bit towards the middle of the field for Ludlow. Ground ball to the left side, backhanded by Park. Throw to third is in time, and that's all they'll get. They will get the lead runner for out number 2 on the 6-5 fielder's choice hit into by Ludlow. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, and that was the right play. Nice job, Park, fielding it cleanly, throwing it over to the Morostica right there. And so same situation, runners at first and second, but 2 out. So good job of Cowan coming back and getting that strike, getting that ground ball.
So it brings Asher Slack to the plate. First pitch, breaking ball, misses away for ball 1.
Asher Slack's the one that hit that ball sharply off the glove of Luke Morosic there at third and picked up and threw the rocket for Austin Park to first to just get him.
1-0 pitch. On the outside edge, strike one with a fastball for a 1-1 count. Runners take their lead. Not much of a lead at second base for Williams. The 1-1. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike two and a 1-2 count.
Yeah, really nice pitch right there, Cowan. And what that does, and Coach Park talked about that too, keeping the hitters off balance, right? Keeping them guessing. You got to be able to throw multiple pitches and hit your locations and spots.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive. Park, it's going to go through his glove. And rounding third and coming home is Williams, and safe at third is Ludlow. So another run on an air. Second air of the game on Juab with runners on the corners and 2 outs.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It was kind of that line drive that, is it going to catch it? Is it going to bounce? And, yeah, somehow just got right underneath the glove.
So runners on the corners for the Falcons. Kai Hansen steps out in front of home plate to give the defensive call.
I was describing what happened last night at the game. My wife said that sounds kind of like controlled chaos.
3-1 Canyon View here in the bottom of the second. At the plate, Brady Anderson with a chance to help out his own cause. Misses high for ball 1.
Yeah, and he had a single back in the first. Got the first hit on the board for Canyon View.
Cowan comes set. 1-0 pitch in the dirt outside for ball 2. 2-0 hitters count now for Anderson, who had as you said, a single last inning.
2 home runs on the season for Brady Anderson, so he just got some pop in the bat.
2-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive into center field is down for a hit. That will plate Ludlow. Slack holds at second. An RBI single for Brady Anderson with his second hit of the game, and it's now 4-1 Canyon View.
Four runs on 3 hits, but 2 errors already in the inning for Juab.
Ninth batter of the inning is Jaron Bradshaw.
Jaron, a .453 hitter coming in.
First pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, the difference is the at-bats, no strikeouts, right? Hitting the ball hard, putting it in play, making Juab have to make a play.
This is out for ball 2, so a 2-0 hitters count now for Jaron Bradshaw. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. 4 runs across for the Falcons, 2 errors in the inning for Juab. 2-0 pitch, swung on, high, pop up to the left side. Coombs will come in, settles underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 3. So an F7 for Bradshaw for the 3rd out of the inning. But Canyon View takes the lead as they get 4 runs in the inning. They do so on just the 3 hits in the inning. 2 errors committed by Juab and 2 runners left on base. Through 2 innings of play, it is Canyon View 4, Juab 1, and then Game 2 of this best-of-3 championship series on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Welcome back here to Utah Valley University as we go to the top of the 3rd inning with Canyon View leading Juab 4-1 here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 championship series. And Juab will bring the top of the order to the plate. Trevin Park, Austin Park, and Connor Cowan. Brady Anderson on the mound for Canyon View has a 1-0 count to Trevin Park, who stands in on the right side. 1-0 pitch, swung on, foul down the left field line. Out of play. Strike 1.
Yeah, really good swing on that one, just way out in front. But he really squared that one up well. Trevin, kind of that check swing. He didn't think he went, but they checked with the first base umpire, said he did, so he struck out his first at-bat.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to miss way outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
These Juab hitters, Coach Park talked about it, they need to work counts to their favor, be aggressive on their pitches early.
Here's the 2-1 delivery. Misses up and in for ball 3 to Trevin Park for a 3-1 hitter's count.
And this is where you can be aggressive in that hitter's count, but if it's that borderline pitch, not your pitch, you can let it go, see another one.
The 3-1 from Anderson. Swung on and flies this one foul to the right side. Out of play for strike 2 and a full count now for Trevin Park.
Don't say out of play too soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see Chandler McClellan climbing the fence out there to grab one.
Anderson comes set, working out of the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch to Park. Misses outside for ball 4, and Trevin Park will draw the leadoff base on balls for Juab.
That was a good at-bat. He didn't chase pitches. Hit a couple foul balls on pitches that he liked, but battle's right there, and you got to like when you get your leadoff guy on.
Brings Austin Park to the plate. He stands on the right side. Juab has sent a few down to the bullpen. I'll check the number there on that one. First pitch misses up to Park for ball 1.
Yeah, and this is where, as long as you're ahead in the count, you can be selective, but also be ready for your pitch, and you got to take advantage of it when you get it.
Might be Buchanan that was down there warming up a second ago.
Cone Mattinson down there, too.
Next pitch, breaking ball, drops in on the outside edge for strike 1 to Austin Park for a 1-1 count.
Austin came in hitting .467, 4 home runs, 28 runs driven in. Trevin 12 stolen bases on the season.
Anderson sets the 1-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Park.
Yeah, and that curveball that was in there for a strike obviously was not the pitch he was looking for in that count.
Throw over to first, not in time, as Trevin Park steps back easily. Anderson again comes set. Here's the 2-1 to Austin Park. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Hey, got the fastball he wanted right there. Really good hack at it, but now he's going to have to shorten up with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think it's Corbin Buchanan that we see on the near side here for Juab down in that bullpen. 2-2 count. Next pitch, swung on, ground ball back of the middle, will get through for a base hit. Trevin Park will just go station to station as he holds at second. 2 on and no out now for Juab. Brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Connor Cowan.
Yeah, so far 2 really good at-bats from Trevin Park, and then Austin Park battling right there, shortened up. Nice compact swing, drives it right back up the middle. And Cowan has a chance now to help himself out.
He stands it on the right side. Not much of a lead for either runner. The 2 Parks. First pitch to Cowan, swung on, fouls that one back out of play for strike 1.
Well, it's interesting, too, because you got, obviously, they're holding Park on right here, which is interesting. Runners at first and second. No place for him to go without the runner going there at second. So it creates a lot of room on that right-hand side, and you got McClellan pretty much playing his position. Shortstop's the one holding the runner there at second.
Kind of daring Connor Cowan to go that way, aren't they?
Turn and throw to second, not in time, as Trevin Park was barely off the bag, easily steps back in time.
Park's a good base runner. I don't know if they just want to make sure he doesn't get anything extra so he can't go first to third on a base hit. But, Canyon choosing to hold him on.
The 0-1 from Anderson, misses up for ball 1. Yeah, so the only pitcher that's been down in the bullpen is Buchanan. They did send Hayden Adams down there to go get loose. So Hayden Adams was one that went down there and just played catch with Jackson Nielsen just to get warm. So might see Hayden Adams coming to the game if there is a pitching change. 1-1 count here with no outs, 2 on here for Juab. Top of the third, 4-1 Canyon View leads. Next pitch to Cowan, misses way outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, you can see Anderson's trying to be really careful with Cowan here. He's a big hitter in that 3 spot, but runners at first and second, no outs. He's trying to backdoor curveball right there, left it too far out.
Anderson with a deep breath. Checks the runners, neither being held on. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, high pop-up will stay in the infield. And into shallow right, they will call the infield fly rule as McClellan makes the catch for out number 1. So a P4 for Connor Cowan, pop up to the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
That's a difference, too, right now. When Caneview needs that clutch hit, they get on top of the baseball, they hit the line drive. We've seen a couple pop-ups already with runners in scoring position from these Juab hitters lifting the ball. It's one thing when you get that runner at third, you want to hit a fly ball to the outfield, but they're getting too far underneath, need to stay on top, try to square that ball up.
Brings Luke Morostica to the plate. He stands in on the left side. He is the only run of the game so far for Juab when he led last inning off with a single and came around to score. First pitch. Misses out for ball one.
Yeah, and because Morostica bats in on that left-hand side now, they do have Zach Main, the first baseman, playing behind Park. They're not holding him on anymore.
Luke, a .326 hitter coming in to the game. 4 home runs.
Going to step off and look Trevin Park back to the bag. Trevin Park's going to inch and out there, but he's not getting a real big lead at second base.
No, he's not. And there's not 2 outs, so he's just got that lead right in line with the baseline there between second and third.
1-0 pitch. That one's on the outside edge for a called strike one to Morostica for a 1-1 count.
That was a good pitch from Anderson. Really stayed on top. The fastball, threw it downhill. Hit that spot on that low outside corner.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the third. 4-1 Canyon View. Juab with 2 on base. A pitch from Anderson. Swung on. And Morostica fouls that one back out of play for strike 2. It's got it under his hands.
Yeah, he did. Same thing. You kind of see that little bit of a lift in his swing. They need to really stay tall on the backside, down through the zone, and try to get on top of the ball.
Sign comes in from Coach Park out of the first base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on base here with 1 out. Pitch from Anderson to Morostica. Misses high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I've been impressed with Morostica. Just a sophomore. He's done a really good job defensively, but swings a really good bat too.
Park and Park take their lead. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Past the diving McClellan into right field. And they're going to hold Trevin Park at third. The right move as Cannon Williams brought it right to home. And that loads the bases for Juab with Kai Hansen coming to the plate.
You talked about it. All these outfielders for Canyon View have really strong arms. They get to the ball quickly. They field it clean, and they come up throwing. And right there, Coach Ludlow, like you said, doing the right thing. You're down 4-1, station to station. If it's an automatic, we're going to send him because he bobbles it or something. That's different. But it's going to come down to, Kai Hansen and Maddox Stoll right here to see if they can't get those runners in.
1 out and the bases loaded. Tying run on base for Juab. Down 4-1. First pitch misses up for ball 1. Hansen singled in his previous at-bat down the right field line.
Came in hitting .354 with 21 runs driven in. Kai handling the kitchen chores for Coach Josh Park.
The 1-0 misses up and away for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Hansen.
Yeah, definitely something. If he's getting one pitch into one zone that he's looking for, great opportunity to hit with loaded bases and a 2-0 count.
2-0 pitch. Tried to stop a swing and check swing, strike 1.
I'm not sure. Was that a straight change? It looked like he maybe took a little bit off that pitch, and maybe just fastball, but took some off to just get it in there for a strike because it had Hansen out in front a little bit.
So a 2-1 count. Pitch from Anderson. Swung on, ground ball through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Austin Park rounds third. He's on his way home, and he will come in to score. It's a 2-run single for Kai Hansen, making it a 1-run ball game here in the top of the third inning, 4-3 Canyon View.
That's the clutch hit that Juab has needed, right? They've kind of struggled in opportunities getting those in at times, but just consistently getting those hits. Canyon View's come up consistently, in my opinion, and they've got those, and that's what Juab needed. See if that breaks it open for them now.
2 runners still on base here for the Wasps with 1 out. Maddox Stoll coming to the plate. Long pause from Anderson. First pitch to Stoll, lifted to the left side, and Asher Slack is there to reel that in at shortstop for out number 2. This little bloop pop up to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. Brings Jimmy Larson to the plate now for Juab.
And Jimmy had a good at bat. He did come up with a base hit and a stolen base.
Time called as Thomas goes out to visit with Anderson.
Got the RBI to knock Morostic in with the first run, didn't he?
Yes, he did. So 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. 2 runs across for Juab to make it a 1-run game. 4-3 Canyon View leads. Juab still with 2 runners on base. 7th batter of the inning here is Jimmy Larson.
Jimmy, a 272 hitter coming in.
Neither runner taking a real big lead. First pitch swung on and fouled to the right side out of play for strike 1.
Good swing there by Larson. He didn't try to do too much with it, just hit the ball where it was pitched. Just a little late.
Well, Morostic couldn't get to third on that throw coming home, too, because the cutoff was there. They chose to let it go through, but they sold it as if he does cut it off. So good base running once again there for Juab, but now they just need that other hit.
0-1 misses up to Larson for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And sometimes it's the little things you do on defense that make the difference there. Hold that, that one base, save that one base, probably, possibly save a run.
Yeah, and, Morostic is going to have to get a really good 2-out lead here because anything hit to the outfield, you've got to try to score him in this situation.
There's the 1-1 now from Anderson. Going to turn and throw to second base. But again, these runners at second aren't getting big leads.
Mm-mm. And you kind of see Bubba Ludlow out there. He was kind of waltzing in towards second base. Don't know if he's just shortening up, but maybe look at the backup on that play.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs and 2 on here in the top of the third. 2 runs across for Juab. Next pitch misses up to Larson for ball 2. Anderson a little frustrated with himself on that one.
Yeah. Larson doing a good job of working the count to his favor now.
And I bring up that the runner at second isn't getting a big lead, but Anderson has been fixated a little bit on that runner at second, diverting his attention from the batter somewhat.
Ludlow's shallow too in center, right and left, pretty much straight up, maybe a little bit deeper.
2-1 pitch misses up for ball 3, and a hitter's count now for Larson.
Yeah, and had the runner there at second base headed back, Luke Morostica, on the delivery there. He was headed back to second base like maybe the pickoff play was coming.
See if Coach Park has him swinging away here on this 3-1 count, if it's his pitch or if he's going to make him see a pitch and give him the take.
Ken Anderson will come set. 2 outs and 2 on. 3-1 to Larson. Misses up for ball 4 to load the bases here for Juab. Putting the tying run 90 feet away. Coach Jacobson's out of the dugout.
Second walk in the ball game for Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, I think he's going to go out there and say, hey, we got 8, 9, and then back to the top. These are the hitters we want. There's no place to put them. You got great defense behind you. Trust your defense. And I think what you said, Robert, he got a little bit fixated with the runner at second base to the fact I think it took a little bit of his focus off playing catch with the catcher and throwing strikes.
So it'll be Cohen Mattinson that bats next for Juab. As Coach Jacobson heads back to the dugout.
Cohen Mattinson, a 220 hitter coming into the day. 3 runs driven in. He popped up to first baseman. First time up.
Jake Thomas slowly working his way back behind the plate for Canyon View. Mattinson yesterday, his first at bat did not look good. Struck out. His second at bat, though, delivered a hit through into left center field. And Maine is playing towards the 5-6 hole at shortstop for Canyon View. Maine, I keep saying Maine slack as its shortstop. And that one's going to get past to Thomas. That's going to score the run to tie the game on the inside pitch. Marostica comes in, and we're tied at 4 here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, really good base running. Not one hesitation from Marostica or any of the other Juab base runners as they were moving on the pitch, and that ball gets away, comes in safely.
So the game's tied at 4 now here in the top of the third with still 2 runners in scoring position for Juab. Mattinson with a 1-0 count. Pitch from Anderson. Swung on. High fly ball down the left field line. Moving over is Atwood at the line. He will make the play for out number 3. So a pass ball looms big there for Juab as they get the tying run in before out number 3 is caught. So 3 runs in the inning for the Wasps on 3 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Kenyonview in the process, and 2 runners left on base through 2.5 innings of play here in Game 2 of the State Championship Series. It is Juab 4, Kenyonview 4 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Back here at Utah Valley University as we go to the bottom of the third inning, with a 4-4 ball game here in this State Championship Series Game 2. And at the plate this inning for Kenyonview, Bryce Atwood, Zach Main, and Chandler McClellan. If they get to the fourth batter, that'll be Jake Thomas. And Connor Cantwell on the mound has a quick 1-1 count to Atwood.
Bryce, the .531 hitter, coming in with a home run.
Curveball misses into Atwood for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Connor thought he had that one.
Yeah, and Atwood hits the ball really well, middle in. Connor trying to stay on the outside part of the plate.
The 2-1, that one's on the outside half for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We're in new territory. 2 strikes on Bryce Atwood.
The 2-2. Misses low for ball 3 and a full count. Kenyonview hit through the order last inning, putting up 4 runs to take a 4-1 lead at the time. Juab able to tie it back up in the top of this inning. Line drive off the glove of Stoll at first base, picks it up, and Atwood's going to beat him to the bag. The third error of the game on Juab here in the third inning.
That ball was just middle in. We talked about it. He likes the pitch middle in and just ripped it down there. Had a little bit of maybe a tell to it on that line drive, and Stoll not able to make the catch.
Talked about how good defensively Juab has been all year and all week, but these two games of the state championship, 8 errors so far combined in the 2 games on Juab. Zach Main. Watch a strike 1 go by on the outside edge, the breaking ball from Cowan.
And Kenyonview's been so good at taking advantage of those mistakes. You just can't give them those extra outs. And Coach Park knows it. He's talked about it. They've just got to make those plays. Trust their ability to play defense and have some confidence so they can make those plays.
Kenyonview they don't get panicked when they're down in the count either.
Ground ball to the right side as the runner took off. Richards moves over to field it. Throw to first is in time as Zach Main does move Atwood into scoring position at second base.
Just another hit and run, and you can tell that Kenyonview has really worked on the hit and run and taking the pitch and trying to drive it to that 4-3 hole.
Yeah. So it'll bring Chandler McClellan to the plate now for Canyon View with the go-ahead run on second base and one out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Chandler, a 274 hitter coming in with 2 home runs, 24 runs driven in.
He'll square to bunt, pull it back. I don't know where that one missed.
Kind of wondered the same thing myself.
But ball one nonetheless.
But he's closer. He pulled the bat back, maybe down low there. Who knows?
Next one is low. 4-2 and a hitter's count now for McClellan.
And Atwood out there with good speed at second base.
Yeah, 12 stolen bases on the season.
1 out and 1 on, the 2-0 pitch. That one's at the top part of the zone for a called strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, and I think McClellan was just on his own going to take till he gets a strike right there on that 2-0 pitch.
Two-1 delivery in the dirt outside for ball 3 and a 3-1 hitter's count now for Chandler McClellan. He did come through with a sacrifice bunt last inning.
Yeah, McClellan's just a gamer. He's one of those players you got to love to have on your team.
Cowan checks second. McClellan squares the bunt, pulls it back and watches strike 2 go by for the full count. Atwood at second base for the Falcons. Takes a lead. 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch from Cowan. Swung on, chop to the left side. Marostica charges, fields it. Throw to first is in time after looking the runner back for out number 2 on the 5-3 ground out.
A nice defensive play from Marostica. Like you said, instead of just fielding it and throwing across, he had plenty of time, so he looks the runner back to second base, makes sure there's no chance, and makes the nice play. And Atwood, being the headsy runner that he is, he realizes he is in scoring position, so it doesn't give him a lot of advantage to go ahead and try to get to third base right there anyways.
We talked about Hayden Adams going and get warm. He's actually playing second base now for Juab. Atwood takes off on the pitch and no throw down to third as he easily takes third base on strike 1 to call. Oh, that was ball 1 to Jake Thomas.
Excuse me. Umpire said it was down. Kai Hansen turned and looked at him and said, where was that pitch? But Atwood definitely picked up on something there because he stole that one easily.
Yes, he did. Cowan now out of the windup, the 1-0 pitch. On the inside half, strike 1 and a 1-1 count. So on that ground out earlier this inning, it was Hayden Adams that made the play at second base. On the outside edge there from Cowan for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thomas.
This would be a big one for Cowan if he could get the strikeout, leave Atwood stranded at third base.
The 1-2. Breaking ball stays out for ball 2. Pretty good spot from Cowan, but Thomas didn't bite. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle. Backhanded by Adams. Throw to first is in time. Hayden Adams with a nice play at second base for the 4-3 ground out in the third out of the inning. As Canyon View threatens, but they do not score. No runs, no hits. So 1 error committed by Juab in the process, and 1 runner left on base through 3 innings of play in this state championship series game 2. It's Juab 4, Canyon View 4 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Mason Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery and Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
We're back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University as we go to the top of the fourth inning in a 4-4 ball game here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 state championship series between Juab and Canyon View. And Juab brings the 9, 1, and 2 batters to the plate this inning. Trayson Coombs, Trevin Park, and Austin Park. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Connor Cowan. Brady Anderson on the mound for Canyon View.
This ball game is getting eerily like last night's ball game.
Yes, it is. First pitch swinging is Coombs. This one's fouled back. Will it stay in play? Coming over is Thomas and makes the catch for out number 1. A P2 for Coombs. Pop up to the catcher for the first out of the inning.
Good job there by Jake Thomas.
Yeah, it really was. He did a nice job of just getting his back to the infield, tracking that one down to the backstop right here, and just had just a little bit of room. Stayed in play and makes a nice catch.
Brings Trevin Park to the plate now for Juab. He stands in on the right side.
Trevin, 359 coming into the day.
First pitch, strike 1 on the outside half.
Struck out, walked, scored.
The 0-1 from Anderson. Held off did Park, misses up for ball 1. I think Canyon View wanted that strike.
Yeah, they did, but that ball was a little bit up, and Thomas wanted it outside, too. He was really set up way out there. Again, he's going to set up outside.
The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back out of play for strike 2 to Trevin Park in a 1-2 count.
Ludlow, he kind of stays right there on that Wolverine logo out there in center field. He's got good speed. But, kind of challenging these hitters here coming in even a few more steps.
Yeah, 1-2 pitch. Swung on, blooped into shallow center field. Ludlow with a sliding catch for out number 2 as it pays off.
Yep, well, obviously they got scouting reports and things, but he started back and then just for whatever reason, he just kept creeping in. And had he not, that ball would have dropped in there for sure.
Yep. Good heads-up baseball there. That's what speed will do for you. Speed will give you the confidence that you can get anywhere you need to be on anything but that ball that's going to hit the warning track. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Well, and he scoots back with Austin Park coming to the plate.
First pitch swinging. Park flies this one into right field. Williams is there, and he will make the play for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down, go the Wasps. As Anderson sits him down in order, 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Through 3.5 innings of play, we're halfway home, and it's at Juab 4, Canyon View 4 in the Game 2 of this best-of-3 championship series on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Marijuana has a lot of names, and even more opinions about it. It's a gray area. And even though we don't know everything about it, we do know that the adolescent brain is still under construction until early adulthood. A developing brain's gray matter, the stuff that lets kids think, analyze, and create, can be impacted by misusing cannabis at a young age. So talk to your kids. Let them know that gray matters.
To learn more, visit graymatters.utah.gov.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Back here at Utah Valley University as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning in a 4-4 ball game. Canyon View brings the 9, 1, and 2 batters to the plate this inning as well, with Cannon Williams Bubba Ludlow and Asher Slack if they get to the fourth batter. That's Brady Anderson. Connor Cowan on the mound for Juab as an early 1-1 count to Cannon Williams. Cowan would like to follow suit with what Brady Anderson did in the top half of the inning. Ground ball to the right side by Williams. Stoll is there to field it and step on the bag for out number 1.
A nice piece of pitching right there from Cowan as he gets him to kind of cue ball that one down the first baseline.
So it brings Bubba Ludlow to the plate now for the Falcons. 0 for 2 in the game is Ludlow.
But he has scored a run.
He has scored a run. Yeah, reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score in the second inning. Breaking ball. Stays up for ball 1 from Cowan. Cowan working out of the windup. There's the 1-0 pitch. Misses high and away. Ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Ludlow.
Yeah, you want to keep Ludlow off the bases. 15 stolen bases thus far coming in.
2-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive into right field is down for a base hit. Larson is there to cut it off, and Ludlow will hold at first with a 1-out single for the Falcons.
Well, and that's because Ludlow just worked the count to his favor. 2-0, he got a pitch. He was looking for it right there. Fastball out over the plate and just hits it down the right field line.
Brings Asher Slack to the plate now for Canyon View. He's also 0 for 2 in the game, but he did reach on an error in the second inning.
Came in hitting .392 with 32 runs driven in.
Throw to first not in time from Cowan as Ludlow easily just steps back to the bag. First pitch, breaking ball on the outside edge for a called strike 1.
Yeah, it was a good breaking ball right there. You know, every first baseman's a little bit different, and teams have their different philosophies. Juab, not your traditional way of holding a runner on, but it works for him.
Well, I don't like the way, though, that there you got your back to the outfield. If that ball goes to the outfield side of you, it's hard for you to get back around there and get that thing.
They had Ludlow leaning on that last one, but he did step back in time. Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the outside edge of the fastball for strike 2 to Slack and an 0-2 count.
You know, you look at the scoreboard, we talk about the numbers and things, and the game going 10 innings yesterday, but it's shows you when you get down to here in the format, you get the two best teams.
Ground ball to the left side, knocked down by Park with a slide, but it'll be an infield single for Asher Slack. 2 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, there's no way that he'd been able to get him there, but it did save a base. Keep the base runners from advancing.
Makes for fun baseball is my point. You know, we're not seeing a bunch of underclassmen or people that only threw JV games. You're seeing these two teams go at each other with their best stuff. Really close game going 10 innings yesterday. We're right here in a tie game again, and just a great baseball game.
First pitch to Anderson in the dirt, and it kicked away from Hansen. Both runners will move up into scoring position on the play.
What I tell you about that Early looking just like last night, you know, little things here and there. Canyon View just doesn't go away.
Yeah. Anderson's 2 for 2 in the game.
Got the infield in.
The 1-0 pitch. This is low and away for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Brady Anderson.
Well, they have to be careful with Brady Anderson right here. Don't want to totally give in. Do you have first base open?
2-0 on the inside edge for a called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And it's interesting because Anderson 2 for 2 lefty versus lefty matchup yesterday. You know, he had the right-hander, but didn't have as much luck as he's had so far today.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul tip back to the screen for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Anderson.
He was looking to shoot that one through the hole over there, the left side.
Yes, he was.
5-6 hole.
He steps back in. Cowan working out of the windup with the infield pulled in. The 2-2. Swung on, ground ball to the right side, through the 3-4 hole for a base hit. Ludlow comes to score. Slack will be held up at third, but it's an RBI single from Brady Anderson, and Canyon View's back on top 5-4.
Yeah, Anderson just swinging a really hot bat right now in that 3 spot. Helps himself out, gets the single and RBI.
Got Jeter Sanders heading over there.
He'll
34. They need to have a 34-2 on his back there. They got 2 number 34s in the program here.
Brings Jaron Bradshaw to the plate, and with a runner on first now, middle infield will go to double play depth for Juab. Corners will stay in on the green turf. Bradshaw's 0 for 2 in the game. Flew out to center and flew out to left. First pitch, high and away, ball 1.
Bradshaw came into the day hitting .453. 3 home runs, 32 runs driven in.
And he's hit the ball pretty good both times, just fly outs.
The 1-0 in there for a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Takes the sign from Coach Jacobson down the third baseline. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on here for Canyon View. 1-1 pitch. Deep fly ball to left center field. Moving over is Coombs and makes the catch on the run. Tagging and scoring will be Slack. The throw to first is not in time as diving back safely is Sanders, but it's now a 2-run Canyon View lead with 2 outs.
That ball was hit well, too. Coombs did a nice job just tracking that one down. Comes up limping a little bit right there.
They appeal, though, to second. Well, what was the appeal? What would the appeal have been out at second? Maybe he passed the bag and didn't touch it on his way back.
Yeah.
So they call out Sanders out, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning.
And they're saying
the umpires are going to come together.
Yeah, and that run, they're going to have to pull the run off the board. If that was the third out.
No, because that run would still come in. I wonder if they said that he didn't touch second base on his way back. He rounded it and then skipped it on his way back to first.
Yes,
because that's where they went was to second.
Is there a replay on that? We could.
Got a replay on that one, Adam?
We didn't. Let's see here. So we don't see where he, if he came across the bag. Yeah, it must have been what it was. That's the only thing we can think of. So 3rd out, though, as they get Sanders for not touching second base on his way back through for out number 3. The run does count. So 6-4 is your score. We're going to keep it right here. Home plate umpire is going to visit with Josh Park. They haven't changed anything. So 3 outs in the inning. What a play.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Coombs ran a long ways. That ball was hit hard and on a line, and he, for one, he was playing deep, but he still had to go a long ways to left center field. Makes a really nice catch and then gets it in. And, coaching staff, Coach Park, trying to keep his dugout kind of calmed down and under control because they're really upset, questioning it, saying that run shouldn't count. But Coach Park just asking, and they're going to verify what they want to make sure before they move on.
Well, I'm not going to turn my page yet. Don't want to get me confused here.
Brady Anderson's done warming up to get ready for the next inning. As Canyon View is taking a 6-4 lead if that last run stands. It's not a force out, so to me it's...
Well, it's been a few years since I did this.
I'm trying to,
an umpire, but there's a special thing about an appeal rule in the run scored too, and I think on an appeal and a run score, they pull the run down. Because there's no way to determine. There's no way to determine.
They're asking for somebody else to come out and visit with them.
Well, they were pointing at the booth up here to the UHSAA officials.
Yep, so Trent Allred, who's done a fantastic job this week of running this tournament, he's going to head down there.
And Trent would know. He's the rule book guy, former umpire himself.
Yeah, I mean, one run could be the difference.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got
you want to get it right.
You're wanting to make sure that should count or not, and of course the umpire's wanting to make sure they get it right as well.
Yeah, both teams want it right regardless. You don't want to go play and then have to have something come down to some technicality. So this is the right move. Take your time. Make sure you get it right.
So they'll come out and visit with him down the third baseline. Coach Jacobson looks on from the third base dugout.
Because where the peel was at second base was the runner across home plate before he missed second base is going to be where the thing hinges. If he missed second base, they're
going to go. They're going to put it on pause and make sure they get this right. Going to go back in the
they're going to go talk about
room
it,
and talk about it.
Check the rule book.
Yep.
So we'll take a break while they do that, and Canyon View will pull their team off the field. We're going to the top of the fifth inning. Canyon View leads it either 6-4 or 5-4. When we come back here and Game 2 of this Best of 3 State Championship Series on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com. Heads up for the perfect solution to jumpstart your outdoor adventure. Whether you're tearing up the back roads or backcountry, driving the trails or highways of Utah, or making waves on the waterways with family or friends, it's high time you experience the unsurpassed excitement destination at the Jorgensen Auto Group. Jorgensen Chevrolet and from Jorgensen Ford and Jorgensen Power Sports in Richfield will make sure you're properly outfitted. That's Jorgensen Auto Group. Jorgensen Chevrolet from Jorgensen Ford, Jorgensen Power Sports Richfield. Thrill seekers wanted.
Mountain Land Supply of Richfield is your local employee-owned and operated solution for plumbing, heating, and cooling, waterworks, agricultural irrigation, landscaping irrigation, power equipment, pumps, tools, and safety. Discover the difference a knowledgeable and friendly staff can make for you. With thousands of products and brands you know and trust, Mountain Land Supply has what you need when you need it. Call, click, or come into Mountain Land Supply of Richfield and let us help you move mountains.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
This is more than just a job. It's a mission of caring. There's nothing more precious than a human life, and we all honor that responsibility. Beginning in 1932, we've been standing ready to serve our communities with trust, quality, and knowledge. And most of all, human connections.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back here to Utah Valley University's UCCU ballpark. We're going to look at that replay again because, like Willie talked about,
Jones and DeMille engine
before, then that run would count.
On his way back, if he missed the base before the runner crosses home plate, they should pull that run down.
And we'll see if we can get another look here at it. Appreciate Adam Coombs and Olson. So he's already way past second base, so he hasn't scored yet. So that should pull the run down.
That's the way I remember the ruling. So.
Yeah, and then Nolan's brother just sent him the
he sent me the official ruling that if the run would have scored before, then the run counts, but more than likely they will take the run off the board.
So, and that's, again, we still don't see the umpires.
Well, and I think that's why the coaching staff for Juab and Coach Park did a really good job, got him back in the dugout, said, let me talk to him, let me handle it.
Coach Ludlow was out there,
They'll get it right, but they were pretty passionate about it.
So I think we should see this run come off the board. I should say we should see the run come off the board. Now, they don't have the benefit of replay.
Nope.
And so that would be the question there, too. So we've had the opportunity to look at the replay twice in this game today, and the officials missed it on the first one that we saw, which happens. But
if the officials were of the mind that the run did cross home plate before he missed there, that we probably wouldn't be looking at the rule change.
So. It could be. They're still underneath talking about it. We haven't seen the umpires emerge yet from underneath the stadium here at UCCU Ballpark.
They may be putting flak jackets on just in case.
Wonder if they're making a phone call to Mr. Jeff Clough.
They might be.
The official.
Yeah, they very well could be. John Mitchell out there doing a little back handspring or round off or something. I don't know what they're all called. Either way, he did something cool.
Well,
round off,
dugout.
Got back flip over here, so now it's going to be back to Juab. See what you got.
That's right.
There's
another back flip. Yeah, that one's. He's in his jeans too.
You see this on rain delay.
Yeah.
Round off back handspring. His look better over here though. Here we go. Better round off. There you go.
There's Hayden Adams getting it done.
That's
now.
a 9.8. This one over here is about an 8.6.
Willie's our official.
He's the judge.
Judge here.
Both my daughters went through the gymnastics thing. state qualifiers. Yeah, see, it's pretty poor.
He's still doing it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I got it. Who's
believe
20?
it or not, I used to be able to do that.
Who's 22 for Canyon View?
22 for
now
Canyon
Jimmy
View.
Larson does it.
I wonder how Ozzie Smith feels they're doing right here, right?
22's Hunter Johns.
Hunter Johns has been doing it for Canyon View. Coach Mike comes out. He was getting ready to go do it, just joking, of course.
Yeah.
There's Ryder Miller.
This is what's fun about high school sports, right? It's a state championship. It's intense. It's back and forth. You get a tie ball game, potentially, a one-run lead, but just back and forth having some fun right now.
Yep. Maybe that was Jeter Sanders. I think that was Jeter. I thought it was Ryder because he had that hat on, but I don't think we have 234s actually here, so that would have been Jeter Sanders there doing the flip. Hayden Adams. The difference right now for me is that Juab's doing it with guys on the field. We haven't seen the guys that are in the game doing it for Canyon View.
A threesome in tandem. There you go.
Well, I guess it's a 5-4. It's 5-4. What they're questioning is if that sixth run stays on the board or not to make it a 6-4 game.
Correct. Coach Mike down there, he's got his own little attempt at a cartwheel.
Better keep his day job.
Still waiting for the umpires to reemerge from underneath here at UCCU Ballpark. And, I mean, this state championship series has had literally everything.
Yep.
So why not this?
And even a partridge in a pear tree if we have to look around, What the heck? Huh, Nolan?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing we haven't had, I guess, is a home run in this series.
No, we haven't. We've had probably the closest one to it was that one of Price Atwood's last night to right center field there.
Yeah. We continue to wait for the umpires to make their way out from underneath the ballpark here. Trying to get this right because, again, this is state championships on the line, and one run could be the difference in this game. Appreciate Adam Coombs another look at it. That ball was hit well by Bradshaw. Coombs with a nice running catch. And then as we get this look here, you can see that Sanders is well on his way back and missed the bag.
Cut the
Yeah, that's what I said. It looks to me at the angle that we saw that right there, looks like he cut it, that he didn't even try to actually hit second base.
And scoring from third was Slack, and he's not even close to home.
No, he realized that he didn't have to hurry too much,
which
make
everybody does, right?
Make sure the tag up, and then go.
Coaches are still talking about it on both staffs. Well, while we continue to wait for the umpires to emerge, we'll take another quick break here unless they come out here shortly. But it's either 6-4 or 5-4 is your score. We're going to the top of the fifth inning here in Game 2 of this championship series. Canyon View leads Juab when we come back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project. creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Hey, y'all, just a reminder to shop Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring, offering windows and glass sales and installation, including window tinting. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring, 410 North Main in Richfield, has a huge inventory and always sells at rock bottom prices. And Shepherd's has the service to back it all up. Click shepherdscarpets.com. Carpet, flooring, windows, and glass, and more. Shop Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Click shepherdscarpets.com and sit back and try to wipe that big old smile off your face.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back here to UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University as the umpires have emerged from underneath the ballpark, and they went straight over to Coach Park for Juab to talk to him, which leads us to think that they're probably going to keep the run, and the Canyon View crowd on their feet as a result of that too. So. And I think, and you got another text there saying that the run scored before the out happened. So as a result, it
becomes a timing play, and so with the run scored before the out is recorded, the run counts, and that's I'm sure what they're explaining to Coach Park right now, and so it will be 6-4
as they continue to meet.
I don't remember it that way, but that was a long time ago. The last umpiring I did was in 98.
Well, and as you said, in softball, it's considered a forced double play out. So different between the two sports. So Canyon View back out on the field. They're going to let Brady Anderson get a few more warm-up pitches in to go to the fifth inning here in a 6-4 ball game. Canyon View leads Juab, trying to get the clean sweep here in this best-of-3 championship series are the Falcons, and Juab having to work from behind going into the top of the fifth. They'll be at the 3-4-5 batters this inning with Connor Cowan, Luke Morostica, and Kai Hansen. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Maddox Stoll. Again, it's Brady Anderson on the mound for Canyon View. Coach Park out to talk to the home plate umpire again before we get back to the action here. Anderson struggling to find the zone right now as he's finishing up his warm-up pitches. Coach Park heads back to the dugout now for Juab.
Yeah, we'll see how that little delay affected either of these two teams. Obviously, Canyon View, Brady Anderson goes back out there with the 2-run lead here to start the top of the fifth, so he's got to feel confident that it's not just a 1-run game, but they got that extra run in.
The last couple of warm-up pitches look better for Anderson than the previous few did. So Connor Cowan leads the inning off for Juab. He's 0 for 2 in the game. He struck out and popped out to the second baseman. First pitch from Anderson. Swung on, fly to the right side. Williams moves over, and he will make the play for out number 1. So an F7 for F9, for Cowan. Fly out to right for the first out of the inning. And like I said, Juab's lifting a lot of balls.
That's the difference. Canyon View's been able to get on top of the ball, hit more line drives, get more base hits, get things down, even hard ground balls, right? We've seen more bad hops per se, and you always will on the ground than in the air. And right now, Juab just getting under it, popping balls up.
Brings Luke Morostica to the plate. First pitch swinging. He fouls this one off to the left side out of play for strike 1. Morostica is 2 for 2. This is the part of the order where Juab's had success, with Morostica and Hansen both going 2 for 2 in their first 2 plate appearances. Morostica has scored 2 runs as well for the Wasps.
Got McClellan playing the...
He's moved back even further.
He's playing the co-ed line if there was one out there.
Yeah, and if it was Otis Nixon back in his Atlanta Brave days, he'd be base hit bunting all day long. Just push it past the pitcher to short or second base, and then he'd go steal a base too.
1-1. Curveball drops in for a called strike 2 on the inside edge, and a 1-2 count now to Morostica.
So far, both he and Brady Anderson, both left-handed batters, have swung the bats well against the left-handed pitching.
1-2. Swung on, fouled off to the left side. Will get out of play again for Morostica. So 1-2 count. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th for Juab. Down 6-4 to Canyon View. Again, Anderson will come set. 1-2 curveball, swung on, fly to the left side. Going back is Slack, and he will call for it and make the catch for out number 2. A P6 for Morostica, pop to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs. Anderson has retired 6 straight now for Canyon View, and he brings Kai Hansen to the plate, who's 2 for 2 in the game.
Kai came in hitting .354 on the day.
First pitch misses up and away for ball 1 as the Juab dugout trying to bring some life to their team.
Yeah, Kai's done a nice job at the plate. Looking to get a 2-out rally going right here.
One 1-0 pitch. Top of the zone for a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we got a 1-1 count with 2 outs, nobody on base here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-4 Canyon View leads. Anderson working out of the stretch, again comes set. 1-1 stays up and away for ball 2 to Hansen.
I think we'll talk to the PA announcer, and they want to play the Twilight Zone theme when we get back to this kind of game that's been.
Yeah, Anderson at 82 pitches now in this game.
2-1, swung on and fouled back out of play for strike 2 to Hansen. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, right now they'd really like to drive that pitch count up and maybe see if they can't get him out a little bit early. But right now he looks as if he can go the distance right here, be able to throw all 7.
Yeah, he's looking to go back-to-back innings of 3 up, 3 down right here. Here's the 2-2 to Hansen. That one misses low and in for ball 3. Must have hit the umpire.
Yeah, he's going to take – I thought he might walk the ball out the mound, but he's just going to take his mask off, walk around just a little bit.
He don't feel like walking, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he said, hey, I'll throw it out there. You go talk to him. Give me a second. He'll brush the plate off there maybe a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. Going to bring him some water. It's Canyon View. That service there, I'm going to take the lid off for him.
Yeah.
So a full count with 2 outs, nobody on base here in the top of the 5th inning.
There are certain situations when you're playing umpire and catcher that you don't want to swallow. You don't feel like it.
Brady Anderson wanted the new ball, so much so that Jake Thomas just threw the ball that they had out towards the dugout. Just like, get this one out of here. So a full count here to Kai Hansen as he stands back in on the right side with 2 outs and nobody on base in the top of the 5th inning. Anderson comes set again from the stretch. The payoff pitch to Hansen. Swung on and fouled back to the screen as Hansen battles. Anderson takes a sign from Thomas as he works again from the stretch. Again, the payoff pitch. Swung on, slow ground ball to the left side, fielded at third by Bradshaw. Throw to first is in time for the 5-3 ground out and the 3rd out of the inning as Anderson sits down Juab in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 4.5 innings of play of this Game 2 3A Championship Series. It is Canyon View 6, Juab 4 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
In the beginning, glass repair meant a long trip to the city. Inconvenient, but it got the job done. Then came the big chains, quick but costly. Then Clear Sight Glass Solutions rolled into town. For 15 years, they've been making your life easier with mobile and in-shop services. Because they're local, and they genuinely care about keeping you safe on the road. They even recalibrate for new models. Visit them on Main Street or at clearsightglasssolutions.com. Keep it clear, keep it local with Clear Sight Glass Solutions in Nephi.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Your car carries.
Welcome back here to Utah Valley University as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Canyon View leading Juab 6-4 here in Game 2 of this championship series. And Canyon View bringing to the plate the 5, 6, and 7 batters this inning. Price Atwood, Zach Main, and Chandler McClellan. Jake Thomas will bat 4th if they get there. Connor Cowan on the mound. And called strike 1 on the 3-0 breaking ball for a 3-1 count now to Atwood.
Bryce Atwood came in .531 batting average.
He's going to draw a leadoff base on balls as Cowan misses low and away.
Got 13 stolen bases. He got his 13th stolen base in the previous inning.
Stole third, back in the 3rd. Zach Main will bat next for Canyon View, but Coach Park's out of the dugout first for Juab.
Yeah, Zach Main reached on an error and scored a run in the 2nd and then grounded out to second base in the 3rd. I would not be surprised to see another hit and run type situation or even just a flat out, hey, we're going to sacrifice bunt here, move the runner over. Coach Jacobson realizes every run's going to be huge, that they can add to that 2-run lead. And he's had guys that have stepped in clutch in those situations and knocked in runs.
Coach Park heads back to the dugout. So fielders return to their position. Zach Main in on the right side. He is going to square to bunt early. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Looks down the line to Coach Jacobson, who gives the sign.
Might be a take sign even until he gets a strike and then bunt. We'll see.
1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul tip, strike 1.
Well, there ain't no count for what Canyon View's going to do here. They'll surprise you. Counts you think they're going to take. First pitch swing, base hit.
Yeah, it's working. That's for sure.
Yep.
Throw to first, not in time as Atwood dives back safely. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the fifth. 6-4, Canyon View leads. The 1-1 pitch as Atwood takes off, flied into left field, and that one's going to get down for a base hit. It one-hops the wall. Coombs with a bare hand grab, and throw to second is not in time as Zach Main slides in safely with a double. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Falcons with no outs here in the bottom of the fifth, and a pitching change coming for Juab as Coach Park is out of the dugout. We'll take the break for the change. It's a 2-run Canyon View lead here in Game 2 of this championship series. The Falcons leading the series 1-0 over Juab. And a pitching change for Juab when we come back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
We're back here at Utah Valley University's UCCU ballpark as we go to the new pitcher for Juab. That's Corbin Buchanan. He'll replace Connor Cowan on the mound, and he inherits 2 runners in scoring position with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Connor Cowan will go out to left field and replace Trayson Coombs, who comes out of the game for Juab. First pitch from Buchanan misses inside to Chandler McClellan for ball 1.
Yeah, it's a big spot right here that coaches decide to go with Buchanan and see if he can't maybe get this rally shut down for Canyon View.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's going to miss low and away for ball 2, so a 2-0 hitters count.
Corbin comes in with a 0.98 ERA in 42 2/3, 48 strikeouts, 23 base on balls.
Yeah, it's been very effective this season for Juab. 2-0 pitch. That one's on the outside half for a called strike 1 to McClellan for a 2-1 count.
And we've seen McClellan in the same situation. He'll lay down a bunt right here. The last time we saw it was a safety first squeeze. They were able to get the out at home plate.
Next pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Gets some encouragement from Coach Jacobson and stands back in on the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Buchanan. McClellan thought about it. Let it go for ball 3, low and away, and a full count. Again, Buchanan sets from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. Park fields it at short, looks at home, no play there, just goes to first for out number 1. An RBI ground out for McClellan. Makes it a 7-4 lead for Canyon View. 1 out of the inning.
Hey, did his job, you know. Shortstop, second base, playing back. Corners were in, but, instead of striking out, took a lot off the swing, just made sure he made contact. Put the ball in play, get the runner from third base in.
Brings Jake Thomas to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch, check swing, foul ball, strike 1. So an 0-1 count. One out now, one on, one across. 7-4, Canyon View leads. Next pitch, swung on, chopped foul to the left side for strike 2 to Thomas. Oh, 2 count.
Yeah, Thomas came up huge back in the second. He got that single and 2 RBIs.
Ken Buchanan comes set. Checks the runner at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. On the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Thomas will go down looking for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for any Juab pitcher.
That's the difference. Canyon View has put the ball in play, put the ball in play, put the ball in play, and that's why they have the 3-run lead right now.
Brings Cannon Williams to the plate now. First pitch from Buchanan, entered it outside. Good stop by Hansen to hold the runner for ball 1.
Yep, a lot of pop-ups off the bat, Juab Wasps, and like I say, that Canyon View just squaring the ball up wherever it's pitched. Trying to dial in the FM stations there on Kai Hansen's earpiece. Looking for a little Merle Haggard, I think.
Williams is 0 for 1 in the game. Walked and scored in the second inning.
He got a balk.
And a balk is called.
He was leaning. He was thinking about going to second. And just flinched.
Yep. So the balk called on Buchanan. Puts Zach Main to third base now. Pitch to Williams. Gonna miss low for ball 2 and a hitter's count now for Cannon Williams.
Well, and that's a nice catch there from Hansen too. That ball was kind of down and away, and he come up with a little bit of sand right there, but that ball gets by, another runs in.
Ground ball foul to the left side for strike 1 to Williams. 2 balls, 1 strike. One run across in the inning for Canyon View. They've got a runner on third here with 2 outs. They lead you up 7-4. Bottom 5. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball for strike 2. Good pitch.
Yeah, had a nice break. Late action going down and away from the hitter.
So Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Buchanan again sets. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and foul down the right field line. Out of play. So Williams battles.
Yeah, 0 for 1. Walked and scored a run back in the second, but he's made some nice plays in right field, and he's came up with a nice arm, too, on some throws.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Buchanan will strike him out for the third out of the inning, second strikeout of the game. But Canyon View adds to their lead. They get 1 run on 1 hit in the inning. No errors committed by Juab, and 1 runner left on base. Through 5 complete in Game 2 of this championship series. It's Canyon View 7, Juab 4 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking's #1 investment has been dependable truck drivers like you. That's why they provide their drivers with an opportunity to earn up to $75,000 a year driving state-of-the-art equipment. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers in Utah, San Pete, Sevier, Juab, Millard, Beaver, Iron, Carbon, and Emery counties. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Marijuana has a lot of names, and even more opinions about it. It's a gray area. And even though we don't know everything about it, we do know that the adolescent brain is still under construction until early adulthood. A developing brain's gray matter, the stuff that lets kids think, analyze, and create, can be impacted by misusing cannabis at a young age. So talk to your kids. Let them know that gray matters.
To learn more, visit graymatters.utah.gov.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
To the top of the 6th inning we go here in Orem. This championship series, Game 2 between Juab and Canyon View, and Canyon View leading 7-4. Juab brings the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate this inning with Maddox Stoll, Jimmy Larson, and Cohen Mattinson. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Corbin Buchanan. First pitch to Stoll, fouled back into the screen for strike one from Brady Anderson. There's the 0-1 delivery. That one got away from with the curveball outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Stoll just looking to get his first hit. Had a couple really nice hits yesterday.
0 for 2 in the game today. 1-1. Stays up for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Maddox Stoll.
Well, and as much as he'd like to get a hit, just getting on base would be huge right now. Juab needs base runners.
Yeah, Anderson's retired 7 straight. The 2-1. Swung on, right back to Anderson. Fields it off the 1-hop. Throw to first in time for the 1-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Well, they're down to 5 outs.
Yes, they are. With Jimmy Larson coming to the plate next.
Not just for the game, but for the season.
Coach Park out in front of the dugout trying to talk to his team. Larson stands in on the right side. First pitch. Misses up for ball 1. Larson's reached base twice. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Had an RBI single to left and then walked in the 3rd inning. 1-0 pitch. On the outside edge for a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Larson didn't necessarily like that call, but evens the count at 1-1.
1-1 pitch. That one will miss up for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Larson, 1 for 1 with that single and walk, but trying to do that same thing right here. Just get a single or a walk, just get on base.
There's the 2-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 3, and a hitter's count now for Larson.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Park, I'm giving the take sign right here and fight with 2 outs. Or 2 strikes, I mean.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Misses low for ball 4, and Larson will draw the 1-out base on balls for Juab as he heads to first base. That'll bring Cohen Mattinson to the plate.
Mattinson also 0 for 2, popped up to first, back in the 2nd, and then flew out to left field in the 3rd.
Pitching coach out for Canyon View, trying to see who's going to be on deck for Juab. It was Trayson Coombs that was in that spot in the order. They pulled him out of the game when they brought Buchanan in, and it looks like Coach Park hasn't made the decision of who's going to bat in this spot right now. You see Trevin Park out there, but he's in the hole.
Well, that was Larson that just walked, right?
Yep.
I have Cone Mattinson. Did somebody?
Well, Mattinson's going to bat, but we haven't seen who's going to bat after that, and it will be Corbin Buchanan that now comes out of the dugout.
Yeah, I was going to say it about has to be Buchanan, right? I mean, you need runs, but he's your pitcher right now, and, you still got to go get Canyon View out. So, Buchanan does, like you said, come out on the on-deck circle.
You have me all befuddled there. I'm worried about this guy about to step in the little square box there.
So it is Cohen Mattinson as Coach Mike heads back to the dugout for Canyon View. Mattinson looking for his first hit of the game. He stands in on the right side. He's 0 for 2.
220 hitter coming in.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
And right now the game plan might be cover the plate, take a strike, make him come throw strikes to you. Pitch number 96 right there.
The 1-0 misses up for ball 2. Hitters count now for Mattinson.
Yeah, nobody in the bullpen for Canyon View, so more than likely if they did decide to make a change at any point here, it's going to probably be someone that's on the field already.
Yeah, we'll see if that might be McClellan.
That's
that
where I
would come in.
Going. Why not? He's done everything else.
2-0 pitch. That one caught the outside edge for a called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yep,
So that was
pitch
one they
97.
call the gamer.
Yeah.
You like to have guys like that play
he's been
beside.
big. 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 6th. The 2-1. Swung on, foul tip by Mattinson for strike 2 and a 2-2 count.
Yeah, Brady Anderson's done a nice job. Fell behind 2-0, but battled back to get strike one, and a nice-looking pitch there. Mattinson had a good swing on it, just fouls it off.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. A breath from Anderson. The 2-2. Swung on, line drive into left center field, is down for a base hit. And 2 on now for Juab, which brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Corbin Buchanan.
First hit since the 3rd inning for the Juab Wasps.
Yeah, and this is the inning that Coach Park would really like to see the Juab hitters get hot and, see if they can't come back and tie this game, maybe even take the lead right here. But, if you bring the tying run to the plate, that's a bonus.
Corbin, a 200 hitter on the season.
He stands in on the right side. Only has 12 plate appearances, though, on the season.
Yep.
Misses up for ball 1 from Anderson. He is 2 for 10 on the year, is Buchanan.
Chance to help himself out right here.
Anderson comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses up for ball 2 and a hitter's count.
Well, if you're Buchanan and you haven't had a lot of at-bats,
you're taken.
You're taken, but you're also you're probably up on the a lot closer than he is currently. You need to scoot up closer to the plate right here. Make it tough on that pitcher out there.
Runners take their lead as Anderson comes set. 2-0 pitch. On the outside edge for strike 1. Buchanan's, he's stepping out as soon as the ball is being delivered.
Yeah, he needs to make it
Stay
tough. Yeah, get in there. Little surprise, too, that Maine's playing in front of the bag right there instead of behind, especially the way that Canyon View has played their infield very deep.
Yeah.
Well, Zach Main has his own style. He's gonna do what Zach does.
2-1 count. 1 out and 2 on. Pitch from Anderson. Curveball stays up for ball 3.
And this would be huge if they can get Corbin Buchanan on, then they can bring in a runner for him as he's the pitcher. So bring in a speed-up runner, get some more speed out there at first base, and then you're right to the top of the order.
Well, I'm not swinging until I get the set and strike here.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking on this one.
Anderson sets. Thomas sets up outside, the 3-1 pitch. Misses up for ball 4, and Buchanan draws a big 1-out walk for Juab with the top of the order coming up. The tying run on base. Go-ahead run at the plate now here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs.
And can bring in the runner is going to be number 10.
Andrew Woodland.
Woodland will run for Buchanan. Good at bat. You couldn't ask for any more right there for Coach Park. You got to like that.
Infield conference on the mound, just called by the players. 105 pitches.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You have the ability to knock him out of this inning regardless of hits or whatever else if you see a few more pitches.
So brings Trevin Park to the plate now. The leadoff batter for Juab. He's 0 for 2 in the game.
Well, let's see if the approach changes now that we're at the top of the lineup. I think still, take till you get a strike.
Anderson comes set. First pitch. Swung on. Foul to the right side. Will it get out of play? Yes, it will, as Zach Main tries to climb the fence. Strike 1 to Trevin Park.
And you see Coach Ludlow at third base right there giving him some instruction, wanting him to get on top of the baseball, down through the zone right there. Once again, you see a pop-up that luckily for Park it carried out of play. Canyon View also up the middle playing back, not even really double play depth. They're just playing back for an out. Corners are in at first and third.
0-1 count now to Trevin Park. Anderson again comes set. Bases loaded for Juab, down 7-4 with 1 out. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball to the left, shallow left. And coming over to catch it is Ludlow. He'll make the catch, and they're going to hold the runner as Ludlow came up firing. 2 outs in the inning. Big spot for Austin Park with the bases loaded. He comes to the plate next and 2 outs. Down 3 runs here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, and he's got under the ball a little bit too. He grounded out to short his first time up. Later scored in the 3rd.
On a hit up the middle.
Base hit up the middle, and then flew out to right field.
They do deepen up the outfielders with Park coming to the plate. Jake Thomas goes out to visit with Anderson on the mound. 107 pitches is where he's at.
Yeah, unless Park swinging first or second pitch right here, this might be it for Anderson. And, yeah, outfield really deepens up. They just want to keep the ball in front. But a ball that can get to the gap with good speed at first base, you can clear the bases right here, tie the game.
Zach Main's leaving the field at first. Must need to get some tape on his hand, wrist, or something.
I think when he jumped the fence right there.
Oh, yeah, he might have.
Got the top right there.
He knocked the cover off the top of the fence.
He come in and looked like maybe he's bleeding on the wrist a little bit. So,
yeah, going to get that checked out. Icing the hitter. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. That or their own pitcher.
Yeah. Icing the free throw shooter.
Well, Brady Anderson's got to realize, too, the dangerous Austin Park here coming to the plate. He has already hit a home run.
Hit 2 in this field, this field this week.
So it's one of those things that you don't want to serve something up and just let him take the lead in one swing.
Yeah.
But, there's worse things than giving up a home run right here. Or not worse things. You want to even a walk, right?
Yeah.
But if you're Austin Park, you got to love the opportunity right here. This is the moment you've been waiting for.
He stands in on the right side as Maine is back out in the infield for Canyon View. Park again gets right up on the plate. Atwood not really guarding the line and left, now kind of working his way that way. First pitch, swung on. Fly ball into center field. Ludlow going back, has a bead and makes the catch. And the Falcons get out of the jam. Brady Anderson pounding his chest as he walks off the field as they get Park to fly out to center field for the 3rd out of the inning. Juab loads them up, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors by Canyon View, and 3 runners left on base through 5.5 innings of play. It is Canyon View 7, Juab 4 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
This is more than just a job.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go with Canyon View leading Juab 7-4 in this state championship series Game 2. Looking to get the clean sweep and get their first ever baseball state championship. They bring the top of the order to the plate. Trenton Bubba Ludlow, Asher Slack, and Brady Anderson. The 4th batter, if they get there, is Jaron Bradshaw. And on the mound for Juab, Corbin Buchanan has a 1-1 count to Ludlow. Buchanan working out of the windup. 1-1 pitch. That one's going to hit Ludlow as he lost the handle on that one. And that'll put the leadoff batter on base for Canyon View.
Well, Buchanan came in and really threw well to finish that inning. Not the way he wanted to start here in the bottom of the 6th.
Looks over down the third base line, does Asher Slack as he stands on the right side. He's 1 for 3 in the game. Has reached base twice. Ludlow takes off, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is.
Got him.
Got him as he slid over the bag, and Park held the tag on. So Ludlow is caught stealing for the first out of the inning.
That's twice we've seen this. Park, both times the shortstop very wisely keeps the tag on the runner the whole way through, and twice we've seen Canyon View now, yesterday and again today, slide through the bag.
There's the first pitch, or the 0-1 pitch. The slack flies one into center field. Trevin Park diving forward, makes the catch. Trevin Park with a great play in center field for out number 2 on the F8 from Asher Slack.
Yeah, starting to see the defense of Juab come alive.
And that'll bring Brady Anderson to the plate next for Canyon View.
Brady came into the day hitting .348, 2 home runs, 43 runs driven in. I think he got his 44th somewhere along the line, if I remember correctly.
First pitch drops off for ball 1.
A pretty good movement on that pitch from Buchanan.
He did get his back in that second inning.
Yeah, he's got 2 RBIs in the game.
Yep, 45.
Now, he's helped himself a lot today, has Anderson. 2-0 pitch. Misses inside, so 3 straight misses from Buchanan. 2 outs and nobody on base here in the bottom of the 6th.
Canyon does have, it looks like, McClellan down there warming up in the bullpen.
And now they hit Anderson. So Anderson will take the hit by pitch and head to first base.
That just gives McClellan more time to get loose in the bullpen.
Yep. So they bring Sanders out of the dugout. We Jeter Sanders to run for Brady Anderson. Jaron Bradshaw to the plate next for Canyon View. He's looking for his first hit. He has hit it well all 3 times at all deep flyouts. Sanders takes off, throw down to second, going to bounce in the dirt. And
Got
Sanders slid over the bag again, and Alston Park tags him out. For the 3rd time this weekend, Canyon View has slid past the bag and gets tagged out as Sanders is caught stealing for out number 3. And so Canyon View goes down in order, 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 6. In Game 2 of this championship series, it's Canyon View 7, Juab 4 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
This is more than just a job. It's a mission of caring. There's nothing more precious than a human life, and we all honor that responsibility. Beginning in 1932, we've been standing ready to serve our communities with trust, quality, and knowledge. And most of all, human connections.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
We go to the top of the 7th in Game 2 of this best-of-3 baseball state championship series in 3A. Canyon View 3 outs away from winning their first ever baseball state title. Juab have 3 outs to try to extend this game and the series as they bring the 3, 4, 5 batters to the plate. Connor Cowan, Luke Morostica, and Kai Hansen. The 4th batter, if they get there, is Maddox Stoll. Brady Anderson on the mound. Swung on by Cowan. He'll foul this one off to the right side out of play for strike 1. A 1-1 count, so this will be the last batter that Anderson faces. He had 108 pitches coming into this inning. That puts him at 110. So Cowan's the last batter he'll see.
Well, Juab made it really interesting, Robert, there in the 6th inning. They load the bases up. They bring Austin Park, the go-ahead run, just unable to score.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses up and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Juab crowd trying to get into it, trying to bring some life to their team. Down 7-4. The 2-1 from Anderson. Swung on, line drive into left from Connor Cowan. And he starts things off in the 7th with a single for Juab. That might be the best hit ball of the day for Juab.
Yeah, really, and that's all they need to do is string some of those together. You mix in a walk or a hit by pitch or an error, good things can happen. But, yeah, it's going to be McClellan by the looks of things as Coach Jacobson heading out to the mound.
Yep, so Chandler McClellan will come on to pitch for Canyon View. We'll take the break for the pitching change. We'll come back here in the top of the 7th. Canyon View leads at 7-4. A standing ovation for Brady Anderson as he leaves the game on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts, and leveling.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back here to Utah Valley University at UCCU Ballpark as Chandler McClellan will come on to pitch for Canyon View. He's got some tape on his wrist. They're going to go retape or pull off or do something. They're trying to get that squared away for him as he's pitching. And so he's got a couple more warm-up pitches before we are set and ready to go. But what do we know about McClellan here, Willie?
Well, Chandler comes in with a 2.74 ERA. He's worked 38 in the 3rd innings. He's got 41 strikeouts, 15 base on balls.
Pitched really good Wednesday night for Canyon View to get the win over Emory 2-0. He'll face first Luke Morostica. Morostica will stand in on the left side with 1 on, no outs here in the top of the 7th. Juab down to their final 3 outs. Canyon View 3 outs away from a state title. First pitch to Morostica, misses low for ball 1.
Well, I think Stan's raising a new pitcher. Hey, take a pitch till you get a strike, maybe even strike 2. Can't get 4 runs without at least 3 runners out there with the guy in the batter's box.
He does watch strike 1 go by on the outside half for a 1-1 count.
Well, that's one thing we saw on Wednesday, too. McClellan throws a lot of strikes. He does go at the hitters. He works quick. So when he does throw that strike, like you said, Willie, they're going to have to swing the bats, Juab.
1-1 pitch, swung on, chopped foul to the right side for strike 2 and a 1-2 count. Zach Main just slid over to play second to replace McClellan, and Anderson came off the mound to first base. So there's your defensive changes.
Well, when you say slid over to play second, I thought you meant short right field.
Yeah, he's a rover.
He's in front of the right
fielder.
fielder.
On the co-ed line there.
1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back out of play by Morostica to stay alive. And obviously doing that takes away a double play ball, having him be that deep.
Well, yeah, and Canyon View realizes we're playing for outs, right? At this point, they don't care about the double play. They're playing for outs and trying to take away the strength of the Juab hitters right here by taking away that play. They haven't really drove the ball up the middle a lot, but they have been able to hit a lot of balls over there where they're at defensively.
Ground ball foul again from Morostica. And Morostica's his 2 hits in the game have been right where Maine is standing.
Yeah. Well, we saw Maine play 5-6 hole. 5-6 hole, get 2 balls hit right to him, so he kind of has the magnet.
1-2. Misses up and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Marostica.
Be the 7th pitch in the at-bat to Marostica. Coach Park talked about, quality at-bats in his remarks. They don't always end up in base hits. Seeing a lot of pitches here. McClellan.
2-2. Breaking ball stays outside for ball 3 and a full count now to Marostica.
And Marostica's got to be expecting fastball right here now because tried to go with the backdoor curveball, just couldn't get it in there for strike 3.
8th pitch of the at-bat. McClellan comes set from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. On the inside edge for a called strike 3, and Marostica will go down looking for the first out of the inning, first strikeout of the game for Chandler McClellan.
Yep, they'll look a little.
Brings to the plate Kai Hansen. Juab down to their final 2 outs.
Not sure what Luke was looking for on that one. That looked pretty good from up here.
First pitch. Misses low for ball 1 to Kai Hansen. Hansen 2 for 3 in the game. 1 to right, 1 to left. The 1-0. Swung on. Ground ball to the left side. Past the diving Bradshaw into left field. And Kai Hansen gets his 3rd hit of the game to bring the tying run to the plate now for Juab in the form of Maddox Stoll.
Yeah, Kai Hansen's had a great game at the plate, just done a nice job battling. And you go back to that at-bat for Marostica. How big was that strikeout for McClellan and Canyon View? Because Marostica is one of the hottest hitting bats in this Juab lineup and just froze him looking at strike 3 right there. So Juab doing what they needed to get the tying run to the plate.
Maddox Stoll stands in on the right side now for Juab with 1 out and 2 on. McClellan works from the stretch as he comes set. First pitch to Stoll. Misses up and in. Ball 1.
Jimmy Larson, the one on deck, too. He's reached all 3 times, single and 2 walks.
There's the 1-0 from McClellan. That one's right down the middle. Strike 1 and a 1-1 count.
Yeah, by the looks of it, he was taken until he got a strike right there, but now he's got one, and he's 0 for 3 looking for his first hit.
Check the runner at second. Stoll gets timeout awarded at the plate, so it's Cowan at second. Jack Peterson at first for Juab.
Well, Ludlow just scooted back, but he was in the middle of the logo creeping in. Starting to creep in a little bit, too, now they're in center field.
The 1-1 pitch, nearly hit him, late break, stayed inside for ball 2.
That's one thing outfield-wise, you can't be creeping in and get burnt deep by any means. Got to keep the ball in front of you.
So a 2-1 count. Pitch from McClellan. Swung on and caught by Maine to second, and that'll do it. The Canyon View Falcons are the 2025 3A Baseball State Champions with a 7-4 win over Juab here in Orem.
A lot of play, right? That's just kind of how it's been defensively for Canyon View, and nice line drive, but Zach Main, we talked about it, he's a ball magnet. Just balls seem to find him. He makes the play, flips it over to Slack there at second base for the out.
The L4-6 double play, and Canyon View gets their first ever baseball state championship with a 7-4 victory here over the Juab Wasps as Juab finishes as the runner-ups here in Orem.
Yep, a lot of celebrating going on down there. As the players line up to congratulate each other. What a turnaround for Canyon View after getting beat the last 2 games of with the last 2 games for Juab in the
regular
region.
season.
Yeah, in the regular season to come back and gain their little revenge here. 2-game sweep here in the championship.
I'll go through and give the high five line here for these two teams. As Juab ends up the runner-ups this year.
Got Rob Cuff out there and Trent Allred and the other UHSAA people ready to award some big old trophies.
And you see the respect these two teams have for each other as they go through the line, really taking their time. A lot of, handshakes and fist bumps and a lot of hugs going on out there. A lot of respect. Two really well-coached teams and programs between Canview and Juab right here.
So they'll get ready for the trophy presentations to these two squads. Juab starting to head down the line, but they're going to need to come back, and somebody's got to take that runner-up trophy for them.
Yeah, and these two coaches, see them hugging out there, talking to each other. They respect each other and their programs, and, they're going to come out and compete, but they're not only great coaches, but they're great people, do a really good job with their teams, and, they do things the right way.
We talked about the little meeting yesterday before in front of the third base dugout, talking to both coaches today. They were just like, no, look, we're good friends. We respect each other. And they wanted to de-escalate any situation there. Now there's a Gatorade dump on top of Coach Jacobson as the Juab seniors will come over and accept their runner-up trophy. They'll get a picture there. Still a great season for Juab. You finish in second place, but that's better than everybody but one team in 3A.
Oh, absolutely. And the game yesterday, the game today, it could have gone either way at any time. These two teams are great during the regular season. Juab won both games yesterday, and then today, Canyonview wins both games.
And now Canyonview will be awarded with their state championship trophy. They've consistently been one of the premier baseball programs in 3A, and they finally break through here in 2025.
There they are, hiking the goods right there. Got a little booty for their efforts for the 2025 baseball season.
So the Falcons get the clean sweep here in the 3A State Championship Series, winning in 10 innings last night, 9-6. They do it in 7 today, 7-4 over Juab. We'll take a break here and come back with our post-game show next here from UCCU Ballpark at Utah Valley University on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch. At UCCU, we'll provide you.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Marijuana has a lot of names, and even more opinions about it. It's a gray area. And even though we don't know everything about it, we do know that the adolescent brain is still under construction until early adulthood. A developing brain's gray matter, the stuff that lets kids think, analyze, and create, can be impacted by misusing cannabis at a young age. So talk to your kids. Let them know that gray matters.
To learn more, visit graymatters.utah.gov.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back here to UCCU Ballpark as the Canyon View Falcons celebrate their first ever baseball state championship as they work their way back out onto the mound, and congratulations to them on a successful season. You know, you looked at the year and you thought the way Canyon View was playing, they just looked like they were the team to beat. As Willie mentioned, they lose those 2 games to Juab late in the season, but this week they've been the best team here.
Well, they played pitching, like they had something to prove.
Yeah, from pitching to fielding to hitting it, base running, they've been the best team here this week.
Absolutely, you know, and talk about 1 through 9. It was anybody at any time, you know, that came up clutch for this team, and when they needed to make plays, they made plays. They pitched it well. You know, a couple base running mistakes there. Yep. They didn't hold on to second base a couple times. They've slid past the bag, but other than that, very few mistakes. They executed the hit and runs. They executed their bunts, the stolen bases, played really good defense, and you know, you got to be happy for Coach Jacobson. Like you said, this is the first state championship for them. He's been there a long time and done a really good job. And for Juab, give them credit. They put themselves here. They were a team that most people expected to be in this game last year. Didn't happen, but they did the things they needed to give them a chance and get into this game this year.
Let's take a look at our final stats here in this one. First off, for Canyon View, they scored 7 runs. 4 of those runs were earned. They did so on 8 hits. They left 5 runners on base, and defensively, no errors in the game for the Falcons. For Juab, they scored 4 runs. All of them earned on 9 hits. They left 8 runners on base, and then the 3 errors defensively for Juab here in this game here today. Brady Anderson got the win on the mound for the Falcons as he goes 6+ innings, giving up 4 runs, all of them earned on 8 hits, 4 strikeouts to 4 base on balls for Anderson. And Chandler McClellan came in. He went the final inning, giving up no runs on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks issued by Chandler McClellan. On the Juab side of things, Connor Callan got the start. He went 4+ innings, giving up 7 runs, just 4 earned on 8 hits, no strikeouts, the 2 base on balls for Connor Callan. And Corbin Buchanan came in for the final 2 innings, giving up no runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts to 1 base on balls for Corbin Buchanan. And Willie, what did you say to the pitching staffs today?
Well, I thought it was a good pitching duel. You know, one team was able to play error-free behind them. The other one had the 3 errors behind them, and I think that made a difference. You know, you breed off of, you know, what your teammates are doing. You know, you get a little discouraged. You know, we look back at the errors from yesterday, and then you kind of, after that first error was made today, you just kind of maybe seen a little bit of the air go out of the balloon of the Juab Wasps.
Yeah, very well. Your thoughts, Noah?
You know, both these 2 coaches, I just want to point out, you know, they're both really, what's the word, even kill, level-headed. Nothing gets them 2 up or 2 down. They stay in control. Their players respond really well to these 2 coaches, and they played that way. And as far as the pitching, you know, I thought maybe going in, I knew Maine and Anderson. When I saw them last year, I knew they were good. I kind of thought that maybe the edge would go to Juab with Park and with Cowan, but the difference to me defensively was Canyon View, but the at-bats for Canyon View too. And Coach Park recognized that. He talked about it. He was hoping he would get the same type of at-bats 1 through 9 from his hitters. Just didn't get them. It was a little bit spotty. At times it was there and at times it was not. But for Canyon View, it was consistent. And I think the difference too is Canyon View hit line drives. They hit hard ground balls. Juab sometimes got under the ball just a little bit too much and lifted it, and those were easy outs.
Yeah, I can't disagree. A lot of the majority of the outs were flyouts for the Juab Wasps, and that made the difference. We talked about the approach. The approach at the plate. Is going to have to, like you said earlier, get on top of the baseball, and that just didn't work out for Juab that way today.
And you heard Coach Jacobson before the game talk about what Chandler McClellan did yesterday, making championship plays. And as you guys have both talked about it, we've been talking about it, that's what Canyon View did. They did those extra things. They made those extra plays. They made the extra hits, and they just had a great series and just a great week overall, did Canyon View, to get the job done and get their first ever baseball state championship.
They did what they needed to do to earn it. Both last night and today. So, that's a difference.
Let's take a look at the final hitting numbers in this game as well for these two teams. First off for Canyon View, as Bubba Ludlow goes 1 for 3 in the game, 2 runs scored. Asher Slack goes 1 for 4. And Brady Anderson goes 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And Jaron Bradshaw went 0 for 3 at the plate, but he had an RBI. And then Price Atwood goes 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored in the game. Zach Main goes 1 for 3 with a run scored and a double. Chandler McClellan goes 0 for 2 but an RBI. And Jake Thomas goes 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And Cannon Williams goes 0 for 2 with a run scored in the game for Canyon View. And at the plate for Juab in this one, Trevin Park goes 0 for 3 with a run scored in the game. Austin Park goes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Connor Cowan 1 for 4. Luke Morostica 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Kai Hansen was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And then Jimmy Larson goes 1 for 1 with an RBI in the game. And Cohen Mattinson went 1 for 3 in the game for Juab here in the loss of this state championship series. Well, as we get ready to wrap up our coverage here of this game, another big congratulations to both teams. A strong season again for Juab, falling just short here today, but still a good strong season. And those the seniors, the 4 years they've been a part of this Juab team, they were a number 1 seed when they were freshmen, and of course some of those were key players in that team. They took state as sophomores. Some of those were key players on that team. And then, as you said, they were certainly one of the favorites last year coming into it as the number 1 seed. And this year they get here to the state championship but fall short, but still a very strong, successful run for that group of seniors for Juab.
Yeah, obviously you wanted to win, right? I mean, everybody does, but at the same time you have to take a step back and reflect and just say, hey, we've had a pretty good run. This has been great. They're going to cherish this moment and these memories that they've had, these teammates. The bigger picture here is the life lessons that they've learned by participating and playing the game of baseball, and the things that they're going to take away from the coaches and the things that are going to really help propel them as they go do things beyond high school.
And so a big congratulations to them, and a big congratulations as well to Canyon View. Once again, their first all-time baseball state title, and got a text from another well-respected coach in the area saying that no one deserves it more than Jason Jacobson, and he's been a great coach for a long time.
Well, I got to agree. The shame of it is one of the teams had to lose.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But congratulations again to the Canyon View Falcons, your 2025 3A state champions, as they get the job here and they sweep the best-of-3 series to win the state title. As we wrap up our coverage, Willie, any final thoughts on this one?
No, I just, I think both coaches talked about it, the demeanor, the urgency, and, making the plays that you needed to play. And what it boiled down to is that Canyon View today and last night as well were able to make the plays when they needed to, and Juab just missed it by that much.
No one?
Yeah, I can't help but think that last year Canyon View losing the state championship didn't help them win it this year. We talked about Juab wanted to be here last year. They weren't they got here. These guys were here last year. They went home with a sour taste. So those guys, they knew, they didn't want to go home that same way.
Yeah. So Canyon View with it. A 2-0 win in the series, 9-6 in 10 innings in Game 1, 7-4 in Game 2 are once again crowned the 2025 3A Baseball State Champions. And congratulations to them. We appreciate a great crew we've had here this week at the 3A Baseball State Tournament. Adam Coombs has been running the controls all week. We've had two different camera guys, Kyler Jensen and now Kenyon Olson here at the 3A State Tournament. And appreciate, of course, Corey Sorensen. He was here earlier this week with us as well. Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson, great job to the two of you. And once again, I'm Robert Lovell. Thank you for listening and watching, and have a great day and a great weekend, everybody.
You've been listening to High School Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.